Hey everybody, welcome to In and Out of Character, a Roleplayers podcast, where I, your host, Mr. Island, talk to roleplayers all around the world about all sorts of different type of topics. Today I'm talking with a really good friend of mine named Borq. They are someone I met in Elder Scrolls Online, and we've been roleplaying together for a good couple of months now. And Borq, when you listen to this, I want you to know that A, this was a wonderful conversation, thank you so much for coming on, and B, they are a really fantastic roleplayer. Before we jump into the conversation, there is a bit of a milestone. We are getting 500 listeners a week, more or less, which is really nice. Thank you guys so much for listening and tuning in, and I really do appreciate you guys. Another thing I want to go ahead and bring up real quick before we get into the conversation is we do talk about substances like drugs and alcohol during this episode, so I want you to go ahead and be prepared. It's not too in-depth on anything like that, but it does come up in conversation. We also talk about MUDs, how we're veterans of the MMO role-playing community, and we talk about like information that we are given out of character that we can't do anything with in character at one point. Anyways, enjoy the conversation, and as always, let me know what you think. And thank you again, Borq, for coming on. Really, it was just such a treasure and a blast. Thank you. And enjoy, everybody. How long have you been role-playing, if you don't mind me asking?
Probably about 25 years.
25 years, damn. I think that's about how long I've been role-playing.
Yeah, since I was about 11 or so. Yep, dial-up internet, be a little like 11 or 10-year-old me, like the old, those old scrolling chat rooms? Like
Yeah,
the
I do remember
JavaScript
those.
ones? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What an experience.
I think I narrowly missed the dial-up days. Like, I think when I really got into role-playing, it was Wrath of the Lich King era.
Oh, that was peak roleplay.
Yeah, it was about that point. It was like around that time. Oh, it was like Burning Crusade, I believe, because like we hadn't seen the Cataclysm hadn't happened yet, and then Orgrimmar was attacked by the dragons as like this special little event right in time for Wrath of the Lich King.
I remember all of that, yeah.
Yeah, I had a shitty computer, so I didn't
Me
get to
too.
enjoy it. I got to enjoy stuttering.
Yeah, I think we looked at it once and I was at something like 2 FPS. I don't know how my laptop was doing it.
I had gotten a computer out of the dumpster and fixed it up and used it. That was my first computer.
That is impressive.
Yeah, I was resourceful. I really wanted a computer.
Oh yeah, nothing stopped you there. Like, damn. I thought I was good with computers. I'm just good at cleaning them out.
I didn't know how to fucking fix them. I just found them and then I took them apart and I said, huh, this goes here and this number is bigger than that number. Does that mean it's better?
That's how it works. That's I'm sure that's how it works. I know nothing about anything, trust me not.
Well, when did you first get into role playing?
Well, it was sort of casual when I was like about that young, but then probably from about 15 or 16, I used to be pretty heavy into fighting. And
Hmm.
the fighting was actually based on attack, connect, and dodge. And there would be a word threshold. So it would be 30 words per attack. And then in order for it to land on the person, it would have to be 30 words per connect before they could type their 30 words per dodge. And if there was one spelling error, because there'd be some judges, like you'd ask people in the room if they want to judge it, or any grammatical mistakes that anyone could pick up, your attack was void. And if the other person, they could just keep attacking you. In the meantime, it was all complete speed test.
What? So it was quite literally tied to how fast you could type.
Yes. Now imagine my shock when I joined WoW roleplay after like 7 years or something of that. Like, because I did start when I was a bit younger, and then yeah, I think it was I lost all the time, and then I got better, and then I went to WoW roleplay, and I thought that's just how they fought there. So someone would type an attack and my character would just dodge it. I'd have it like out in like a very short amount of time, and they'd be like looking at me like, so are you
You
going to
know?
take any of these hits? And I'm like, what are you talking about? I was like, oh, they do it different here. Lame. And then I got
Yeah.
super addicted to it. So, because the roleplay was ultimately better.
Oh God, yeah. I agree
Yeah.
with that. The role play is a little bit better when people start holding in themselves a little bit like to more of an accountability. Like we can use dice to determine our successes and our roles, right? But like we as a like at least I feel in the MMO role playing scene,
Yeah.
we tend to moderate ourselves a little bit better and being like, okay, not every character is gonna be able to hit like dodge every attack, so on and so forth.
Yeah, because if you wanted to, like, actually go kick somebody's ass, you could just gear up for PvP and challenge everyone to duels, but that defeats the point of roleplay. Roleplay's
Like,
more, enriching, you know?
yeah. Oh shit, that used to happen to me though, like on World of Warcraft roleplay. Like one of my first experiences doing like player versus player role play, they actually queued us up to fight. And my character was like level 20 and their character was like level 60. And I'm like, what the fuck do you
Oh my
mean?
god. Ah, memories. Yeah, I also used to hang out with some people that like to do that as well until I started winning, but then they all started telling me I was wearing the wrong gear, so I was like, "Oh, okay, I guess I could do better." And then I ended up screwing over my own gear and just uh then I moved servers and just well, like I went from like a little I started in like a little Goldshire and like a backwater server that was for roleplay and dying, and then I moved over to Moonguard where there was just more
Yeah.
fun people to
Hmm.
actually learn how to have more cohesive role play, not just I win, you lose.
Yeah. I was on the Warm Rest Accord
Oh, I used to visit there.
side of that coin. Yeah. It was always, I don't know if you remember this, it was always Warm Rest Accord versus Moonguard.
Mhm.
And
Always.
I have to say, I think Moonguard has won. I don't know what Alliance Warm Rest Accord is right now, but it wasn't doing great the last time I was there.
I quit Warcraft like 6 years ago because I just
Yeah.
couldn't do it anymore, and the last I saw was Moonguard Horde was, like, dead, which broke my heart, and I tried to kinda pick things up and go Alliance, and it just wasn't it just wasn't doing it for me,
Hmm.
and, I just kinda had to be done with it. Also, I used to drink way too much when I played Warcraft in general and a few other MMOs, and I just can't go near them anymore because I don't drink anymore.
Hmm.
And I'm slightly embarrassed because when I drink, I'm kind of an asshole. So, you know.
Well, let me ask you a question. Why did
Sure.
you like? Did you just get bored of Warcraft roleplay? Like, where did you go from there to where did you go then?
Final Fantasy 14.
Oh,
I
heck
had a
yeah.
great time for about 2 years, but my guild, it fell apart just for some drama and stuff. And
Hmm.
I just kind of was feeling pretty bummed out and I didn't really like the game enough. And
Yeah.
then, well, I've played ESO on and off since 2016, and I was reminded that it existed during the pandemic. And I was like, hey, maybe I'll play this for a little bit and see how I'm feeling. And then I just haven't left because it's like ESO just so much better.
Oh, it's pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie. Like, in terms of like, as a role player, in terms of like the other games, I feel it's a little. This might be just bias, right? This could be pure bias. I feel like ESO is just a lot better for role players because like there's no shortage of housing, right?
Well,
Like Final Fantasy has that issue.
yes,
There's great customization and there has like their housing system has beaten out every other MMO's housing system.
yeah.
Well, it's just so much better.
Yes, and I'd say that housing has been like the prime motivation for me to do anything in this game,
Mhm.
in general. Like housing is what I'd live for, you know. But like,
Oh, I know it. And you know I do too.
oh yeah, I've played Star Wars: The Old Republic, and Final Fantasy when it comes to housing. Trying to think if there's anything else, but comparison, like it's just the best. Like you can put your things anywhere. There's none of those like dumb hooks or stuff like that. Like
Right, yeah.
yeah, I don't like feeling restricted. If I want to put something entirely upside down, I can do that. I like that.
Yeah. I hate that we have to fucking use mods in order to make housing work in Final Fantasy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't like Final Fantasy also because of modding. Like, I tried it. My friends were really into it, but like, it didn't really enhance the game that I thought it would. It just kind of made me be highly aware that there's just a hard to make friends there. As a person who does not engage in spicy things anymore, so to speak.
Yeah, no, I get it. And I still have friends over in that community and I love them to death.
Yep, no judgment from me.
but I am acutely aware of how saucy that community can be, and
Yes.
also a reason why I haven't gone back.
Yeah, I just don't need that in my life.
Right. I still can't believe we've been role playing for 25 years. That's like such a long time.
Doesn't feel that long. I still feel like some awkward teenager every time I sit down to my computer. When did this happen?
I know.
Guess my
You know
shoulders are
what's
sore now.
you know what's weird? Like you and I are at the like veterans of the MMO role playing community by definition. Like because before there was, I mean, there was always like fantasy role play chat rooms, right?
Yeah, of
But
course.
for MMOs, what did we have? We had World of Warcraft way back when, EverQuest. I can't name many others that were out around that time, and I have no idea if there was role playing in EverQuest at the time. But even if there was, I still feel like you and I being at like the pretty much the beginning of World of Warcraft and role playing makes us
Yeah.
like some of the older MMO role play generation, and that's a weird feeling.
It is kinda weird. I used to be, like, sorta proud about how long I'd been role playing, like, when I was in my 20s, like, towards the end of it, like, "Yeah, I've been at
Mhm.
this a while," and now I'm kind of been like, "Yeah, you wanna know how long I've been at this? I don't wanna talk about how long I've been at this
Looking at
for."
this.
Please,
Oh my
focus.
god. One thing I hated, right? And this isn't like a dig at anybody. This is just a personal pet peeve. One of the things I hated about World of Warcraft roleplay, right, from the community there, is their need to put in how many fucking years they've been role playing. And
Yes.
like at first it was like, oh, this person's a veteran, but like as I got used to it, I started seeing it more as like a way of being like, hey, come and like talk to me if you need advice, and more of just like as a badge. And I don't want to fight anybody on being proud of how long they're a vet of role playing. Be proud if you want to be proud, but it didn't give me any information.
Yeah, they also I don't know, like, I don't try to judge too much, but I have interacted with a whole lot of people, just a whole lot, and I find that sometimes there are indicators like that that someone is perhaps a bit of a difficult person to deal with at times. I'll say most politely. But the thing is I've done a lot of like smaller guilds and role play things like that before, so I'm pretty good at identifying when someone's going to be kind of like argumentative or like not very fair in fighting. Kind of the badge thing or the excessive like need of validation to be like, look how long I've been role playing. I swear I really know what I'm doing, guys. Like it's like, okay.
Yeah, now I just show up with like a bare bones care. Like if I go back to World of Warcraft,
Yes.
I'm not gonna have like a whole bunch of fucking useless information on there. I'm gonna basically give you what you see, a name, and you get to figure out the fuck the rest.
Yes, because the at the end of the day, like I know people role play for all kinds of different reasons, but I'm here to like write some more story stuff that's like in my interests and have some fun with it.
With me apologizing to my audience, can I complain about one more thing?
Complain, complain.
I hate how in the World of Warcraft community you have the add-ons that give you the profiles, right?
Yeah, like TRP.
Yeah, I hate, and I don't know why this bothers me. If I hover over somebody and their little profile of their character is half my fucking screen, I am not reading that, homie. I don't know what you expected giving me all those fucking titles that my character probably doesn't even fucking know, because to me, your character is a fucking nobody.
It's funny because with experience too, like I also realized that, but I remember like maybe when I was like 19 or 20 or just getting to MMO stuff, I'd be like, wow, that guy's so cool. I really want to talk to them. But like now I'm just like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, like you would assume these title, like everything that I'm seeing on those little profiles is supposed to be like public knowledge, right? Like that's the
Yeah.
reason why I can look at your, like I can hover over it and read it. That's it's my character reading information about your character. The moment you start telling me about like out of character stuff that happened to your character that my character would have no way of knowing, you've gone off the rails a little bit. That goes into a different section. Put it over there.
Yeah, definitely. Like, like no spoilers, guys.
I wanna be there for the tragedy. I don't want to fucking just read it. What?
I found there was also a thing in Star Wars in particular too, where you'd go up to the bar, say hi to the guy next to you having a glass of wine, or the Sith in particular, because of course I was Imperials, of course. Um, but it would be like the most ridiculous, tragic backstories from everyone you've ever heard of, and you'd just be sitting there, and they would just like, it would be like, my mother died, and then my aunt died that was taking care of me, and my father died twice on the way home before I was born, and my wife died, and my planet blew up. Please show me your
My
titties.
planet. Oh man.
And I roleplay men now because I'm really tired of the please show me your titties angle too. Like, just that's enough.
No, I get it. I love the role playing community so much.
Same.
Like, don't get
Can't
me wrong.
stop.
Like I don't want anybody listening right now to like be like, "Wow, these guys are fucking making fun of us." No, we're making
No.
fun of ourselves. I promise you. Look, I can't tell you. I mean, I can tell you. I've done plenty of fucking embarrassing things on my characters.
Oh yeah.
Things I'd look back at and be like, that was kind of cringe. Don't want to do that again.
Oh yeah. I think one of the reasons that I don't have any real shame about my roleplay these days, because sometimes I might be stoned and I can't figure out what to say in the moment because I oversmoked or whatever. But when I used to drink, my blessing and my curse was that at a certain point of drinking, and I could drink an awful lot, I would black out, but I would be able to type and continue to roleplay with perfect fucking clarity,
That's scary.
and I would remember nothing. And I'd wake up
Uh-oh.
somewhere weird in my house, and then I would have to like be sitting there in the morning having an anxiety attack, partially because I drank so much that that happened. And then I'd be kind of trying to like nudge my friends and figured out just exactly what did happen in roleplay last night. And usually I made an absolute ass out of myself, but it turned out being a good time. So I realized that, I shouldn't be too shy now because like people did find it entertaining, but if you're feeling the need to drink before you role play, you really should take a break from the role play and get some help.
I don't particularly, well, I can't say not particularly. I don't always partake of intoxication while role playing, but there are times when I do it and I'm like, "Wee, this
Oh
is a lot
yeah.
of fun." And then I'm like, but then I'll sit there and be like panicking because like I'm 4 minutes in, I'm 4 minutes past the last person posting, and I'm panicking because I'm like, "Oh god, I have to get this post out. I'm taking too long."
Yeah. And yeah, and I don't really judge anybody if they're having a few drinks or anything, but like I was just some people have problems. I was one of them. So, but
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't care if people drink and role play with me. It doesn't bother
Oh
me once
yeah.
a bit.
And my whole thing is only if you're making yourself miserable, maybe consider getting like some help. But I also used to drink like 26 ounces of rum in a night. Like I'm telling you, don't drink like that. But do
God,
what you want otherwise.
God damn. I don't even think
Yeah.
I don't drink like that. I'm a lightweight. I'm a big old lightweight.
I could tell you I worked through college to become like that. Yes, I did. Did I end up doing anything interesting with my life in particular? No, but I sure could drink in my 20s.
What other MMOs have you role played in besides Star Wars, Final Fantasy, and ESO? And WoW.
I think that might be it. There's been a few here or there that like I can't. Oh, Guild Wars 2. Guild Wars 2. That's
Oh
another
yeah,
one.
Guild Wars 2.
That
Yeah.
came kind of at a dead time though. I don't know if it's ever revived.
It's better. The last I was there, like I joined up with Guild Wars 2 roleplay when you had to break the barrier to go into that one town. You could roleplay in there without any NPCs and stuff like that, or like regular players. But people seem to have left that, even though you can still get in there, you can still break the boundary and get into this little town. But now it's actually moved out into like the open world and a little ways away from that little area. You know what I'm talking about?
I'm not sure if I can even remember. I think the last time I touched the role play was like probably 2015 or something, maybe 2016.
I can tell you it's at least healthy. Like
Yeah.
I think I could get back on Guild Wars 2 right now and like go find some role play at this particular moment if I wanted to.
That's really nice to know because the people there seemed really nice and friendly. It just wasn't what I was playing at the time.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing is like you find role play communities and like these little games and like they're just so small and you want to go hang out with them, but it's just not your game. Like I think
Yeah.
there's a new game, a new MMO coming out. I think it's called Ghost or something like that.
Hmm.
And I'm sitting here wondering to myself, I wonder how long it's going to take for role players to get into that.
I kind of think that role players are like a sign of a healthy game ecosystem too. So, having people around and interested in like interacting the world as a role player is a really good sign about a game. But
Yeah, that's
I don't
true.
know.
That is
I also used to role play on Habbo Hotel, if you remember that. But I just really wanted to be popular. I was like this nerdy child.
I get that. I was
Yeah.
also a nerdy child who just wanted to be popular. Now I'm a nerdy adult and I don't give a fuck if I'm popular or not.
Oh no, it's who cares?
Do you do any other forms of role playing or is it just all MMOs?
I used to do some Dungeons and Dragons, but I never really got into it that much. And otherwise, outside of the typing one, it's all like typing in the old chat rooms. It's all just been MMOs otherwise.
Have you ever tried a mud?
Oh God, I just forgot like 3 years of my life. Yes, I used to role play on Ikea, if you know that one.
I actually didn't know that one. I
Yep.
tried it. I did try for a little bit, and like eventually, I want to make like videos about it because like I think it's particularly cool that people can come up with like these text-based adventures, and they're so like small and unique. I think like a lot of people. I think I'm talking out of my ass right now, but I think you could like learn enough about this sort of stuff to make your own, and like you'd invite people to it.
Hmm. What I liked about IKEA as well is there'd be god figures played by real people
Hmm.
that were had some coding knowledge, so that they could actually like tamper with the game a bit for people if they put in the right amount of offerings. I think one was messing with me once because I had a little minion following me around on a necromancer,
Hmm.
and I have a tendency to role play with myself out in the wild in whatever environment I'm in. And my necromancer was having some troubles with his in-character girlfriend, and said to his minion jokingly, "Hey, you better company than my girlfriend." And someone had been listening or watching because they made it so that the minion talked back to me, which they didn't do, and started flirting with me.
Oh no.
I was like, "Hey, stop it. Shut up. Shut up." It's like, "Well, fine, but you started it." So I guess I kind of like that though, that, you never know when someone might be watching you, like God-wise out in the middle of nowhere, just like fighting your little adventures or hanging out by yourself or role playing. And apparently they would semi-frequently like have contact with people there too. But
That's interesting. That's really interesting. I didn't know. I didn't think of that when I thought of mud, but I guess it's so small with like such a small amount of team that they could honestly do that.
yeah, yeah. The only problems I had with mods was if you don't necessarily want to join a guild or get into a newbie system and you don't get snatched up right away, it can be really hard to get integrated into the community, and they have a tendency to be a little bit insular, and they've been there for a long time. That's understandable. Newbies come and go, but it's a bit of a challenge sometimes.
Yeah, I could assume so. Like once you, especially with something as niche as muds. Well, for anybody listening, muds are these. Oh shit, it's an acronym. What is it called?
Multi-user dungeon.
And they're these basically like these text-based dungeons that you can move around in with other players. They used to be pretty big, like way back when, before we started getting like modernized video games. And
Yeah.
they have surprisingly stuck around, and people roleplay in them.
Oh yeah. Roleplay is like key. You'll get like last I checked in the ones that I played, because I also played one called Etolia, now that I recall. But like either way, if you were not a role player, you wouldn't really be like you'd have to change your name if it was something silly, or if it was a troll name, and like you'd get like deleted, or like you were supposed to be immersed. There's no trolls.
Can't be John Thundercock here.
No, I saw a frog person named Megusta once standing around naked for an afternoon before he got banned. So,
Oh, fun.
yeah.
What is your favorite scene? Not your favorite scene, your favorite type of scene. Like I am a person who I enjoy slice of life stuff more often than not. Like I know there are people out there who primarily like the combat, and then people out there who like primarily like one thing over the other. I just like nice narrative role play.
I have a few different things that I enjoy right now, because I'm kind of low on time because I've just been a bit busier in life. I actually prefer just light social role play where I'm just either I'm there hanging out like in character, and like things are pretty light, and
Mhm.
what have you, just not too mentally taxing. But if I actually can sit down for a while, I really like combat. And I really like darker, sort of messed up, I mean, I roleplay an ancient vampire, and he worships Molag Bal. He's an absolute freak, but I don't have time to do any like creepy lab work stuff anymore right now. So, but that sort of thing, like, yeah, a couple of mad scientists together, like pouring stuff in beakers and like maybe roll to see what the results are. Like, that's also what I like.
I do like scenes like that too. I wish I could start doing those more often, where I can start taking my friends out and like dragging them on to go do things.
Yeah.
I just like having these scenes with people. I guess I'm a freak of nature, but when it comes to combat, like combat is just so long and
I only like it
tiring.
because I get freaky with it, right? Like,
Mhm.
if I was on my like a character that like had regular magic or anything like that, like I'm really not about it, but I am a bit of a nerd for vampires and horror and particular body horror, and I just I just kind of like freaking people out now and then, and I think that's about it.
You do a wonderful job. You tell a pretty good story through your writing.
Thank you. Oh, that's very
Oh,
flattering.
I guess I should also tell everybody out there who's listening, Bork, I invited Bork onto the podcast because they and I are in the same guild in Elder Scrolls Online. That is how we met, and they have been a delight ever
Oh,
since.
shucks.
Oh, I don't mean a word of it. Don't you worry.
Oh, good, good, good. I might melt.
No, it's been a genuine delight. It's hard sometimes, I'll admit. It can be difficult in
Mhm.
the role playing community to settle into a group that fits or that feels like it fits, and
Yes.
it's even harder to find a group that you fit into. That I suffer from imposter syndrome pretty bad, and
Ooh.
like no matter what, I feel like I don't ever actually belong in a group. But lately, with the group that we have going on right now, I don't feel that as much, and that's a good sign.
Oh, I always feel like you're just, belong right away, and I don't know, I get kind of the same thing going on too, but honestly, everybody's so friendly and welcoming, and what I kinda like too is I don't find that we have a lot of, like, story rules either, and yet everybody could kinda have, like, a cohesive good time together too, like, it
Yeah.
just doesn't feel like, uh
You know what I love about it? About our little
hmm,
group?
yeah,
We're not forcing anybody to join us. Like we
yes.
take it slow. We take on some members slow, right? I
Yep,
enjoy that because I like we're not constantly advertising our guild. Thank God, because I prefer a smaller group anyways.
same.
We don't like put our hands on our hips and say you have to come to one event a week at least or some shit like that. God,
No.
I hate when roleplay guilds do that, dude. It pisses me off so much.
So much. Like, before this one, I'm in a bunch of casual guilds because that's all I got time for, and, like, I don't know, I've been in enough guilds where if they have a whole bunch of rules, I know I'm not gonna have a good time because it's not fun anymore, it's not a game, it's not about
Hmm.
friends, it's about, like, social climbing at that point
Hmm.
on a video game. I don't wanna be controlled, I don't want people policing what I'm doing in character, like, I'm pretty sure I have a fucking good idea of how to conduct myself in roleplay, pardon my French, but, like, it's just so much nicer to be around a relaxed group, and, like, if something completely outrageous is there that wouldn't fit or, like, the group wouldn't be happy with, it's also dealt with in a really kind way. Because I find that some groups as well, like, could really use a little bit,
Empathy.
yeah, empathy and, like, remembering just what we're doing here and what role play is built on, which is
Yeah.
cooperation.
Yeah, that
Peaceful.
does happen a lot. Like I have noticed, and for some reason, in Elder Scrolls community more than like any of the other ones, for some reason, Elder Scroll role players forget, or at least some of the leadership and a lot of the guilds seem to have forgotten that this is supposed to be like cooperative fun
Yes.
and like not a measure of like showing off out of character, if that makes any sense.
Yes, 110%. I think that's something also with just, like, online in general too, like, people sometimes are compensating a bit if they're not feeling that great about themselves, and then you can kinda tell if they've tied their identity in a little too much with their character as well, like,
Hmm.
which, we all know it's not good practice to do. It happens sometimes when you're really leaning into escapism, but like, it's
Hmm.
it's all about fun. We're here to have fun.
Yeah, and the whole like escaping yourself to like into your character and stuff like that. Like I find that I cannot get completely away from my characters being just a little romantic because I am a romantic at heart,
Mhm.
and therefore my characters have to also have some sort of romanticism about them, whether they romanticize their art and craft or something they're passionate about or just other things. I can never escape this one part of me.
Oh yeah, for sure. I used to like writing romance a lot more, but I've been in a relationship for a while and it doesn't really make me feel comfortable doing stuff like that. It could be a lot of fun and everything. I don't look down at romance at all in any way or capacity, but like yeah, for me that ship has kind of sailed just because of my own stuff at this point. I miss it a little bit, I guess, because it can add a fun dimension to it. I think romance is awesome, especially if you can have weird ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, like my vampire is actually married.
Reth?
Griff is married.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No, he doesn't tell people.
Oh, spoilers.
Yeah, sorry. He never tells people, but his wife might actually be coming back. That would be awesome. She's one of
No,
my friends.
that would be fantastic. Oh, I do love that.
Uh,
I love having a character in a relationship with one of my friends. Characters and like being able to like go into events and like bounce off of each other. That's a lot of
yeah.
fun for me.
Yeah, and this has been one of my friends I've had for so long that like it's only about the role play. There's no out of character like bleed that might go on or anything because like I'm just a little bit guarded about that because it's
Hmm.
just gotten a little out of control in the past, and I don't want that to happen, and yada 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 yada. But
Yeah.
this chick, like, it's like, no, she's my crazy pirate wife. Come back, come back, come back.
Something I've talked briefly about before, but I don't think I've told you, is that Callie's late husband,
Yeah.
Desirado, he that was manned by another player, and my character were in a relationship for like 3 years real time before they
Oh.
just started to be like, I gotta get off, like I can't do role play anymore because I have a real family now and I have to go do real family things.
Ugh,
And I'm
sucks.
like,
But good for them. But
oh yeah, good for them, but man, do I miss it.
uh, right?
And then after that I stopped playing ESO for a little while, which I don't know about you. Like you are at the end of, yeah, well, as far as I know, you have mostly everything completed, right?
Yeah. Well, not really. I've been working on trials and veteran dungeons and PvP this year, which has been fun, but I don't consider myself anywhere close to being done because I still have way too many houses to build.
Oh god, yeah. Housing will fucking suck you in. I have this big problem where I'll go into like an MMO and then I just won't fucking play the MMO. I'm just there to
No.
role play and that's it. Like that was me in Final Fantasy 14 for fucking years.
Yeah, but based on the gameplay.
But I didn't even mind the gameplay. Like I'm a really hard person to displease when it comes to content and stuff like that. Like
I am
if
too. I'm sorry. Final Fantasy just kind of like itched my brain the wrong way, I think, and it's just so
did it?
weird for me. Yeah.
I hate that they keep fucking changing up classes and shit like that. But other than that, I will do the same where I won't play and then I'll just like role play, and that's all I'll do in the MMO. So I'm like never fucking progress in the game.
I am completely the opposite of that. But like I don't know. There's got to be some balance between the two of us, eh?
We'll make one complete person at some point.
Right? Yeah, I definitely have a tendency to go too hard, game wise, because I really like gaming and I have fidgety fingers.
I
While
also
we're
have fidgety
talking,
fingers.
I'm on like Arc 6.4 of Infinite Archive. I'm sorry.
Man, you got that ADHD, huh?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I'm not quite on the right dose, but I mean, I need to sleep sometime, so.
I'm not on any fucking dose at all.
Yeah, because I got a couple other things the ADHD feeds into. It's just kind of safer for me if I just stay medicated in this one thing, and it helps. But what people do with their medication and their mental health is a very private thing to me, because like I don't necessarily think that meds are like the be all and end all answer.
Yeah. Do you think does your ADHD ever like cause you problems in the game? Like, does it ever make you just not be able to concentrate on the role play?
Not so much, but what it does do is it will make me really embarrassingly forgetful. I also get a lot of anxiety, and I'm very nervous around people and if they're judging me. Not gonna lie. So of course, like being like level 3600, I stick out like a sore thumb. But I just it's I think it's a lot of social anxiety mostly, but
Yeah.
uh
Which is weird because like I do have social anxiety, right? And like I love role playing in MMOs because I can kind of forego one of those social anxieties, like one of those points of oh god, it's talking about people, and like I just look at the other avatars,
yeah.
and those aren't people, those are avatars. I mean, there are people, but anyways, I have gotten to the point recently where that social anxiety has kind of like started to increase even when it comes to MMO role playing for some reason. Like now I sit here and I worry about how long I take, and that will feed into itself, and then I will just take longer and longer. It sucks so much. Like I do you know how you can put up the timestamps on the chat boxes?
Oh, I try not to look at those. Those
I
do the same thing, yeah.
I had to stop I had to turn them off because like I noticed that I would be trying to rush out I'd be so focused on the time that I actually wasn't focused on writing and doing what my character would be doing.
Yeah. I get that though. Like it's weird because it's not there all the time, but like I think it's just it's when I get away like made aware of it. And I've been known to like there's been times where I've sat there for like 25 minutes and someone's been like, "You know it's your post, right?" And I just proceed to just actually die in my chair.
Well, unfortunately, guess what?
What?
We're gonna be coming up to our hour mark pretty soon.
Oh, okay. Well, it's been a delight. I had no idea so much time passed.
Yeah, it goes by pretty quick. I the reason why I bring it up now is because one of the questions I like to ask that people who come to my podcast is like, if you have any advice for anybody out there who listening who might be interested in like role playing.
Well, there's a few things. I'd say it's like mostly don't be afraid to put yourself out there, even if you've had like a couple weird experiences or something. Like try to laugh at stuff. Don't take it too seriously. Like weirdos are on the internet. Protect yourself. Don't necessarily showcase your real life too much because that's just internet common sense, honestly. And I've just been seeing a lot of like stuff that I would consider kind of dangerous, I guess.
Hmm.
But my big thing is like, if you don't get along with someone and you don't have, that spark, don't take it personally. Just try again. There's plenty of people out there and, just keep doing what you want to do. You'll eventually find a good set of friends. Don't despair too much.
Oh yeah, we have kind of complained this episode. I'm not gonna lie.
It's okay. We're old.
We're old, yeah. And that reminds me, we're supposed to also be complaining or being afraid of the youth right now.
Yes, the youth, yes. They scare me. No.
They scare me.
Honestly though, I kind of don't really talk to people like under 25 mostly just cuz I don't know. They do scare me a little.
I feel like Elder Scrolls has like a more mature roleplay base, and like Final Fantasy's roleplay base feels a little bit more like there is maturity there. God, they are trying to act mature for sure, but it just doesn't have the same feeling to it. You know what I mean?
No, it doesn't. I don't know. I've tried a couple times in the past few years to go back for a little bit when ESO was particularly dry, but like doesn't do it for me the same. It just but what I do like is that they do have all those beautiful venues and stuff. And if you want to just go to somebody's house and just go, I don't know, bee's knees dance yourself for like 6 hours and be around people, you can just vibe, and that's really nice.
I will say that as much as I think ESO has like a superior setup for a roleplay community, I will say that Final Fantasies feels more social orientated.
Yeah, it really does. That is one thing about ESO is I do find out of all MMOs I've played, it is the most difficult to make friends because everybody is very busy and very quiet.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody might have multiple guilds, so if you say something in your chat, it might just get swept away, or people aren't paying attention, but it can look like people aren't friendly. They are, you just gotta pester them in whispers a little bit.
And find them in the hubs.
Yeah, I don't do hubs, right now, but that's just because 'cause I'm a stubborn old man.
But anyways, thank you so much for Borq. I really
Oh,
appreciate you.
oh, no, thanks for inviting me, I had a lovely chat.